The Pyramid Center, where we're at right now, is actually the future location of a great spiritual intellectual nexus. The reason it's significant in that respect is because you don't really see much of anything like that in the modern world, which is what ancient Alexandria was, and that was a place for conscious as well as spiritual development. This was about 2,000 years ago. We find a place which was set up by Alexander the Great, and the intention of it was to be a type of spiritual haven for individuals, a type of spiritual university where people from all backgrounds, all walks of life, all socioeconomic positions can come and intermingle, exchange ideas, meditate, be left alone, relax, and basically it really was a type of nexus or a meeting ground of consciously curious people. We want to facilitate a place for people to come and be consciously inspired. What we're going to be doing here at the Pyramid Center is essentially do that. It will really be what ancient Alexandria was. So people can come here and meditate, exchange concepts and ideas. They could read about certain types of spiritual and religious traditions, even very minor spiritual traditions that necessarily aren't known in the world or even spoken about. You know, the schooling systems can only teach you things of empirical or mundane or physical value, but they never really fall into the spiritual things, and so your soul always is kind of deprived of any kind of satisfaction. Now, that's one aspect of the Pyramid Center. The second aspect, and which is why it is actually called the Pyramid Center, is we'll have a pyramid on site. Of course, the pyramid itself will be at their disposal, which is a type of healing instrument where they can rectify potentially physical and mental ailments, which of course helps the spirit then. So what the Pyramid Center essentially will be, it will really be a type of grand nexus or a meeting ground, if you will, of consciously interested and consciously minded people to expand on their consciousness and therefore their spiritual aspect or their spiritual dynamic. And that's really what this place is about. It is a type of spiritual university, if you will.
All around this planet, you see similarities with these pyramids. The shapes, the sizes, the complexity of how they were constructed. A lot of people are trying to figure out just what do they mean? What are they?
The pyramid itself, the very concept of a pyramid, goes back into the most ancient of times and was known to be the center of a powerful spiritual place.
So right now we're actually at the apex of the mountain where the pyramid will stand, which is right here. And again, the pyramid will be a 50 by 50 foot base and a 33 foot high ceiling. This is the highest point on this premises, and it's actually at the top of a mountain, which as we walk around you'll be able to determine, but according to the background you can see we're actually about 700 feet above the plains below. Pyramids actually have unique healing properties for mental and physical conditions, which of course will then facilitate a spiritual upwelling in self. This is the second plateau, which will be like a type of leisure garden. It'll have fountains, gazebos, plants, trees, whatnot, and all this, and it'll be down here located. What you see here below are actually the pipes, which will be used for a water well, which we're in the process of constructing right now, and all those pipes are going to go into the ground to basically get all the water up and give life to all the plants that will be up here. Another interesting point here is that through the second plateau will be the entrance for the pyramid. Actually right down here, you don't see it right now, but we're going to eventually make an entrance to the pyramid which will cascade down underneath the ground and ascend up right around at this point into the pyramid when it'll be here. So essentially you'll enter the pyramid from underneath the ground because again we're not going to have any doors and there'll be no windows. The pyramid itself, minus the capstone, will actually be an enclosed structure. See, this is the 1 kilowatt solar panel system right here, and each mobile office unit will have one of these powering it, so you basically get the standard 120 volt systems. Plenty enough power to actually house 2 or 3 people comfortably in one of these units, which is good because you don't have to worry about running out of electricity. Of course it's free because it's all solar panel coming from the sun, and that's entirely juicing this entire office unit right here. Now a little bit about these. What we essentially did here, it's kind of a cool concept because it's a construction office trailer is what it is. So it's 20 feet long, 10 feet wide, and about 8 feet in height. And we actually did something pretty cool with it. We gutted it entirely, replaced all the insulation. We used R30 up top at the ceiling, R30 at the bottom, and we replaced all the windows with vinyl windows, so it's really good insulation inside. And for those of you who aren't into construction, the reason we did that is, you know, obviously for insulation, and you don't have to waste that much energy either heating or cooling it. Now why that's significant is because it could be 115 degrees here and it'll be 80 degrees in there without any air conditioning cooling system, and that's, you know, really the significance of using good insulation. So this is the inside of it right here. You can see that this particular one is a little bit smaller, but generally they're going to be larger than this one. And you can see right here, you know, we used Spanish tile at the bottom right here, so it's got a very nice luxurious feel to it. Again, you know, the windows have been replaced with vinyl. We used halogen lighting in here. Got a nice mosaic Roman bathtub. This is basically the type of prototype that we will have here. And again, it's kind of the idea is that we'll be having like a small, modern, luxury suites, which will be out in the middle of nowhere, so it's kind of a cool little catch you off guard type situation. This is a nice marble granite top right here, stainless steel brass faucets, and nice cabinetry here. The carpet that you can't see because it's rolled up right now. There's a little carpet. The center and throughout the location will have plenty of these kind of bungalows scattered throughout, and of course they're going to alter, you know, in mood and ambience, and everyone's going to be a little different, but that's the idea, is that you can take these empty shells and renovate them to something actually much nicer than even a house, you know, the average modern house. This is where we have a lot of the tractors that made the initial roads to go up here, because remember, we didn't actually have roads leading up here. This whole plateau right here will be for extra living quarters, and also, and mainly, it'll actually be where we'll have all the agricultural sustenance, your potatoes, your garlic, all your farming. A lot of the animals will be held down in this particular area, because what you will have is from up top where the water well will be, the water will naturally cascade down artesian style to give life or give water to this entire section down here. And so that's what that'll be. You know, you have this absolutely beautiful scenery, this range coming out here on your way up here. So this is basically what you're looking at while you're actually here at the Pyramid Center. Alright, so if you follow me down, we actually cut out a path walking down this way, and you see you're actually in between manzanitas. We manually cut out a little path down here. If you check out that little rock down there, it's what we call Meditation Rock. It's kind of beautiful. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's on the side of a cliff, and when we go down there, you'll see it's a really cool drop that drops down. So again, this is, you can tell right here, we laid this whole place down with a bunch of rocks. Obviously, it's a very beautiful and serene place to go, you know, perfect to relax, meditate, get in touch with yourself, maybe even have a campfire on the rocks. So we're at the base of the mountain over here at the Pyramid Center, right below where the pyramid will be, and behind me is this vortex tree. And the reason we call it a vortex tree is because we've had some experts analyze this tree, and it's unique for many reasons. First of all, it looks like actually a decayed redwood. For about 50 years it's been on this ground, probably sitting the way it has been because of its decayed condition. But why that's unique is because redwoods are actually not indigenous to this part of the San Bernardino Mountains. Because we've had experts come and determine this tree is unique because it has these type of swirling, almost vorticular energies going through it, if you can notice that. And why that's interesting is because many speculate that this place actually has a vortex itself, because it's created these type of candy cane grooves throughout this tree, almost looking like somebody grabbed the tree and twisted it like a sponge, and it stayed that way. These trees are very unique, they're massive, and again, this is a very phenomenal energy down here, and a lot of people speculate that there's in fact a vortex right where we're standing.
That's why I think it's so very interesting that you're building a pyramid center for the express purpose of spiritual development.
The Pyramid Center is truly a much-needed boon for our times. It will be the ultimate spiritual, intellectual crossroad that offers any seeker or consciously curious person a perfect foundation for their conscious growth. I would recommend everyone I know to take a look at this amazing project and see how they can become involved. The Pyramid Center is truly something for everyone, and I can't wait to be part of it once it's completed.